Hello everyone, and welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2. So, since the last episode, I've gathered a few of the materials we're going to need for the project I want to get started today. And I did a little bit of weapon upgrading progress. So this is now got beheading on it, got more sharpness, 7 hearts of damage, it's got knockback. This bow now has reinforced on it, and I believe that's it. It also has an additional modifier, and the alamite arrows now have an additional modifier and also have beheading. I also ran into a bit of an issue with my mob farm. I think there's a special mob in there that's regenerating all nearby mobs, because I'm having trouble killing anything with this 7 heart damage sword. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem, but what I wanted to start off today with is I'm going to show you how to essentially get infinity on a Tinker's Construct bow. And it's just as simple as this. You take your arrows, you give them some moss, and now they have auto repair. So now these arrows are going to replenish themselves. Let's see here, I should probably sleep. You're not gonna let me sleep though, are you, Mr. Enderman? No, you're not. So you're gonna have to die. And your friend too, just for good measure. Okay, thank you very much. Oh, okay, you can see the things there. Yeah, so you can see I got all this durability on my sword, and I only just barely managed to fully charge these wands for today. And now you'll see this went from 109 to 110. So our arrows are slowly replenishing. So, first thing I want to do today is to get ourselves the Infusion altar up and running. Reason being is that I would like to get us the next quality wand as well. Maybe get that as quickly as we can. That would be nice. So I'm going to take 9 of these, and I'm just going to lay out the floor here. You're going to want, at the very least, your Infusion altar should be a 3x3 structure. So at the very least, you're going to want an area like this. And that's just for the basic components. We'll get to a few other things later. I was thinking about maybe making this as a tutorial, but it's something I gotta do anyway, so. Okay, so we're gonna get 11 of these things now. And I'm gonna go like so. Is that not how that's done? I could have swore that was how that was done. Okay, into the book. Oh, we don't have it unlocked yet. So first thing we're gonna have to do is unlock infusing. There we go. And then I believe all I need to do is bloop, like so. There we go. That gets us the arcane pedestal. Now you're absolutely gonna want one of these right like that. And then the next thing I'm gonna want are 4 of these, and I believe these go on the bottom. Yes, the stone bricks and the stone blocks. Okay. So we're gonna put these guys like so. And I'll probably do a tutorial on infusing after all, but I think I'll just get the basic building of the multi-block structure in this episode. So, yeah. And then we're gonna want boop, 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 boop. The tutorial will cover, I'll probably cover stability, how to manage that, as well as some of the downsides to not stabilizing. Okay, so I'm gonna still need more of these. Now I need to make the matrix. Now there are two ways I can make the matrix. I can do it like this, which is stone blocks, mixed crystal clusters, and that only requires one of each aspect from my wand. So it's cheaper in terms of magic, but if I use the actual recipe, it's 25 from each aspect. Oh, that's for the multi-block structure. The matrix actually takes, there we go, 40 order, so I can do that. And get myself some water shards, right? Oh, I have 5 on me, that should be enough. Boop. I only need 4. Okay. Now we go over here. We're not going to be able to use this guy because he can't store 40 ordo, so we're going to go over to this guy. We're going to go like this, and like that. Perfect. Okay. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to take some dirt here. We're going to take our good friend the runic matrix and we're going to pop him up right like that. Now before I do anything with him, I'm going to want to scan him. I'm probably going to scan this. Already scanned that. And there we go. Perfect. Okay, now I need a full wand. Can I use this one? No. So I'm going to have to refill the golden wand. It's ordo. Because the viz cost on these iron capped wands is 109% of their capacity. So yeah, we're not going to be able to use these to do it because 100, although this requires 25 of each, it requires, if I'm using the iron wands, it's going to require 109% of that 25, which these wands can't store. But the gold one absolutely can. The problem is I don't have the, well, I have arrows, which are now up to 125 if you've noticed. I'm going to need to be closer. I love how fast this thing is. I can literally just right click and let go over and over and over again. Doing it too fast kind of holds the bow, so I'll avoid that. Isn't that awesome though? How are we doing? I think some of my arrows are bouncing off and hitting me. How are we doing? 35? Almost. Yeah, something's definitely healing in there. Only I could kill it. Soon I'll have a weapon that can just one-shot everything in there. These arrows are well on their way to being at that point, looks like. I'm gonna keep going until I have probably about 10 arrows. And I'm gonna stop myself there. Okay. How are we doing? 41. Just enough. Wait, I only needed just above 25. Never mind. So, it's more than enough. And that guy filled up all the way. Wait, why did you fill up on order first? I thought it was the closest one to the left. I guess it's the closest one to the right. Oh well. Let's put you away. You away. Do I have feathers in here? I don't. Where did I get... Oh, it was probably a baby zombie on a chicken. Could you not, Mr. Enderman? I don't want to hurt you. I kind of do, but... let's see. Feather, I guess I'll go up there. Okay. And let's go up here. And let's turn on our infusion altar. So all we have to do is right click on the runic matrix and it transforms. Can I scan the infusion pillars? No. Can I rescan? Nope. Okay. So we have ourselves our infusion altar. Plain, simple, easy to use. We'll get more to the use of it later. I'll do a tutorial on it. You know what? That's what I'll do. I've decided that is exactly what I will do. So we're gonna need a few more of these. Now if I remember correctly, what is the most complicated recipe in Agrarian Skies? I'll just go with my usual structure, even if it's overkill. So there are a bunch of different mods that can add infusions to the game. They add their own recipes, just like any other mod does, right? Let's put in one of the iron ones, because they're both fully tapped. Oop. So they add in their own recipes, as lots of mods do, like I said. But the difference with between this and other mods is that this requires actual physical space to perform these recipes. Specifically, some of the recipes require a certain number of items. They can range anywhere from 2, I think, is the lowest count you can technically have. And then with, what is it, Thaumic Tinkerer, which I don't think we have. In fact, we do not. Thaumic Tinkerers have they're called the God Quests, or Kami, depending on how you want to say it. Two different languages. And they can have a recipe that I think uses 12 items in order to create one item. So yeah. It's a recipe involving 12 things, and all of them make one item. I may not rest now, there's a monster nearby. Oh fudge. Okay, thankfully he came right back to me. But I don't know if anything in any of the Thaumcraft mods I have, or Thaumcraft add-ons here, requires nearly that many. But I'm just gonna make them anyway. So I've got 3, so I need 9 more. Each one thing of stone allows me to make 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Perfect. And then 5 times what is, or 8 times what is 10? 80. I think I'm going to need more stone. I may have just done that wrong. Either way, I'm sure I'll be fine. 8 times 5 is what I was supposed to do. 8 times 5 would be half of 80, it would be 40. So I did need more stone. Okay, we're good. Yeah. Actually, I may be fine with this because each one produces just over 7. Oh, but then I also want the under pieces to be, yeah, okay. Boop, boop. Now I don't know, I'm pretty sure you can space these pedestals out as much as you want. I think they just have to be at least 1 block away from the center one. Like you have to have at least 1 block of space between this structure and the pedestals. I think I remember making this bigger than this before, like having those pedestals out like much further, but I don't know off the top of my head. So I would not quote me on that. But essentially what I'm doing here is I'm arranging 12 pedestals symmetrically around the infusion altar. because one, it looks nice, and two, it will cause a whole lot of things to go our way. But I'll get more into that in the tutorial, so look out for that. I still have materials on me. Why am I waiting here? Yeah, I still have materials. Oh. There we go. Oh, you're out of magic, so you're gonna go next. I'm gonna want these ones first. Then all we need is one more. And the reason I am putting those blocks underneath the pedestals is because I will need a general marker for how large my whole altar setup is down on this level. Let's see, how are you coming along? I'll snag you at 48. Yeah, that'll do. Bing. Okay. Actually, you know what? We can do the last 16. We'll just keep the 48 and continue on. I'm sure I'll need raw stone for something eventually. I may actually change out the floor here just for fun, just to make it look nicer. But I'll do that on my own time. Okay, last one. This is going to give us 2, so we're going to have 1 left over, but don't worry about that. You definitely will be able to find a use for that singular pedestal, I promise. So there we go. A perfectly symmetrical layout for the Arcane Infusion altar. Now, the first thing I'm going to want to do is, you know what, I think I'll just dedicate an entire tutorial to teaching Infusion. I think that's going to be the easiest option. But now, I guess, yeah. Oh well. At the very least, building the multi-block structure, I guess, is okay to leave out of the tutorial, since I'll be able to get started with it much quicker now. So, the next thing I should do, I guess, which is something I will probably also address in the tutorial, but I'll address slightly briefly here. I keep hyping up this video, I better remember to put it out. That's all I can say. I need to make charcoal. Do I have any charcoal? I have 7, that'll do for now. But I definitely have to make a lot more. Fortunately, I have a ton of great wood I can use. Great wood, not particularly useful and very easy to replace, because those trees are gigantic. So, I'm going to show you how to use the alchemical furnace, which is what I thought this was originally. But basically, what this does, I mentioned it briefly before, is it will break down items into those aspects you see. If you hit shift and look at an item, it'll tell you what it's made out of. So all I have to do is, let's say I want flint broken down. There we go. And it's going to keep burning up that piece of charcoal, so right now it is kind of going to waste, but don't worry about it. And that'll slowly fill this up, and this will be filtered out into these. I currently don't have the means to see what's in those, so maybe we should... I'll do that this episode. I can stretch this out a little longer. But basically, it'll go from the bottom to the top, slowly. So you'll see I just plucked whatever was in there out of there. I couldn't tell what it was, but I knew that it was something because we had just put something in. So now we have a jar of essentia, of 1 and a jar of Terra of 1, because flint is 1 part of each. So, instrumentum, and I'll make a better layout for this eventually, but basically what I'm going to do is, ideally I want a jar of every aspect, that's why I have so many jars, layered around this thing. Now the jars don't have to be symmetrical, you don't have to worry about that. They don't do anything, but you definitely want your pedestals symmetrical. Now, I need to be able to see what is in that machine, right? So, machine, well, the furnace, I guess. So what I need is, I'm going to need 2 more. Mr. Enderman, you're just like such a pain today. I'm going to need 2 more of those, these thermometers. And I hope I have the rest of the materials I need for this. It should just be leather and gold. Perfect. 2 thermometers. And now, since I haven't been able to scan this thermometer with itself, oh, good idea to do that. And then the next thing I'm going to want to do is put that like so, and we need 2 gold and 4 leather, if I remember correctly. I'm also going to need the research. So here we go. Goggles of Revealing is what I'm after. So here you go. Here's the recipe. Exactly what I thought it was. 4 leather, 2 gold. And feel free to pause and read the text if you like. But I'm just going to get right to it. Leather, 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 leather. I don't believe I have any leather. Yeah. Let's see, if I hit R on you and hit R on you, I can get leather from blood magic. You know, that's actually probably a really good idea, something I should do. Yeah. In the meantime, what are my other options? My other options are going to the Nether and killing some imps. Or not. How much is this going to get me? 3? 2? 2. So yes, going to the Nether and killing some imps. Let's do that, shall we? Maybe I'll cut this out. Yeah, I'll cut this out and bring you guys back in when I can. So, see you then. Oh my god. You just had to be like right in the weirdest place. Don't you dare jump off the edge. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Alright, and we're back in the overworld. So, all I have to do now is turn that imp hide into leather, and we are good to go. Boop. Boop. Imps are, fortunately, the only passive mob that is still passive in Agrarian Skies. And honestly, if I could get an auto spawner full of those guys, I forgot the gold. Okay. So yeah, if I could get an auto spawner running imps, that would probably be a whole lot easier than trying to farm cows. Although I guess I could just make a cow auto spawner. And a grinder. What am I looking for? Gold. I got so caught up in thinking of how to automate leather that I completely forgot what I was doing. We'll probably end up doing some machine mods next time. Boop. Okay. And there we go. Goggles of Revealing. So, I want to drop you, scan you. Boom. Perfect. So, Goggles of Revealing. What this will allow me to do is, well, one of the things it allows me to do is it allows me to see nodes. So you see that little ball of white right there? That is the node in the silverwood tree. I can see it through solid walls. I can see it from far away. I'm pretty sure I can see it from infinitely far away. It's not going to just blip out of existence. It's just going to slowly become fainter and fainter. Yeah, I can't see it from here, at least. Oh, actually, yeah. Rendered objects like this will block it out of view. So you see, I can see it there. Can't see it there. But I can see it here. So yeah, that's another thing. And I think animated objects like the Matrix will also do that. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's an interesting thing. Interesting blah 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 blah. So now if I take something like, well, let's try you. Just because I like even numbers. Boop. So that'll destroy that. And it'll all filter up into... Oh, I'm not wearing the goggles. Up into here. And you'll see that now I can see this thing has 4 arbor in it. And it also shows that on the... Oh, does it show that on NEI? Even... No, it doesn't. I have to have the goggles on for it to show it in Wayla. Sorry. Not NEI, Wayla. Completely different mod. I apologize to the mod creator. Not that they'll ever see this, but you know. There we go. So now I have 3 jars full with, well, not full. Each jar can hold 64 of each aspect. And right now they only have 1, 1, and 4. But what I can do to assist with keeping track of what is what I've already done, what I haven't done, and how much of whatever I have, make sure I don't make any duplicates and all that fun stuff, is I can take these jar labels, which we got from a reward quest, and you can also make, just like so, slime ball, black ink, paper, and then you can see you can dye them using the files. But I think this is much easier. You just take a blank label and a jar that already has some stuff in it, right click, and it does it just like that. And I love the art on these things too. It looks so it looks so good. Let's just look at those things. If I go like, not that anything was in the way there, but it just looks so cool. I love Thaumcraft from an aesthetic point of view. I mean, look at this thing. It's like glowing, it's spinning. These things are like, I mean, sure, they're still kind of jagged edges, but they curve. Not jagged edges, straight edges. Jagged would be like, yeah, that was an effective demonstration of jagged. Okay, so we're at time. Even cutting out the nether. We're well over time, in fact. So I'm going to cut this here. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed all that fun stuff. Saturday, I will be releasing a tutorial video on some of the things about Arcane Infusion. Might just keep it simple, but we'll see. I'll try to fill a whole 20 minutes, so we'll see how much I can do. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.